And we're live. Hey everybody, welcome into the Flippin Hippos YouTube channel. I am Star, the Flipping Hippo. If you're new to the channel, I am half of a partnership. My other half is Keith. He is the silent partner. He does not like to be on camera. But we resell together, mainly on eBay. We do Poshmark, Amazon, Bonanza, Macari, and local sales as well. We delve into those. And we have a Facebook group called the Flippin Hippos Reseller Pod. A pod is a group of hippos. If you want to join our Facebook group, it's a great group full of really great people. Link is in the description box. And you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're on all social media as @FlippinHippos. And I guess that's us in a nutshell. I mostly resell plush and jeans. Those are my two favorite things. Keith focuses on phones and electronics as far as Amazon and local sales. And on eBay, he focuses on men's fashion like ties and button front shirts and things like that. And we sell other stuff too, especially during the summer when we're struggling against the summer slowdown. And we have the availability of yard sales and more hard goods and better items to source. Let me see who's in the chat and say hi to people. Reseller King is here. Hi. Virginia. Hi. H Bonus. Retro Ducks. I just butchered your name. So sorry. But hi. Welcome in. Thanks for coming. Mary. Savvy Seagull. Thrifty Christie. Rhonda and Amelia are here. Believable Blessings says Facebook is awesome. Just joined a week ago. Well, I'm really glad that you like it. I like to tell people that I feel like our group is very positive. It's got a very positive atmosphere to it, a very fun atmosphere. We're all there to learn from each other as far as reselling, but we have fun and we do other stuff too. It's not a group of like really serious people or people that are mean or anything like that. So I'm glad that you like it in there. Hi, Nick. Welcome in. Robert is here. Lisa, Just Me, Kathy, Anna. In Canada. Hey, welcome in. Thanks for showing up tonight. So, y'all know what we're going to talk about because you can see the title. Reseller King's listening while packing and shipping. That's awesome. I have stuff pulled in an IKEA bag. I have to package up and get ready. Sorry for the background, people. That's one of my spawns. I have to pack up our shipping when we're done here. And there is Northwest Purple Sparkles. Welcome in. So, Nicole, right? I should just get like a cheat sheet of y'all's names and then tape it to my computer till I learn them. So we're going to talk about the summer slowdown. It is a real thing. It's not a myth. It happens. It's real. And there's a lot of reasons for it. A lot of people are going on vacation in the summertime with their families. And when not only are they gone, like people are on vacation, they're not shopping. But in preparation for their vacations, people start saving up their money. And they're holding their wallets a little bit tighter. They're not opening up their pockets to shop as much. I also notice, and I wonder if any of you notice this as well. Let me know in the comments, you guys. I've also noticed that during the summer slowdown, we get more lowball offers, like an influx of them. More people are offering less on our items. And I really feel like that's because a lot of people are really tight with their money during the summer. Like I said, they're saving up for vacations, and even for those people that aren't saving up to go to Disney, our kids are home. They're not in school. Our kids are home. We have to be able to entertain them. We have to be able to do things with them. So a lot of people are just holding their money so they can go to the movies or go to the zoo or the water parks or whatever. So people aren't willing to spend their money as much. They're busy. They are going on these vacations. The ones with kids home from the summer, they're probably doing more activities with their kids outside, away from the computer. They're not in on their phone. They're paying attention to their kids. The weather's nice. It's warm. So even people without kids are going to be outside more often. The reason we all sell more in the colder months is because people are stuck inside in the colder months. When it gets dark at 4:30, 5 o'clock at night and it's freezing, people are inside where it's warm and they're shopping. It's the complete opposite in the summer. So the summer slowdown is absolutely a real thing. It happens. It hits used clothing resellers the worst because people really aren't shopping for used clothing in the summer. Now, that's not to say if you haven't built up a good inventory of swimsuits, men's swim shorts and board shorts, beach bags, sunglasses, shorts, suitcases, like any of those summery items or vacation-y items, if you've got a good inventory of those built up or you're adding them in now, those will sell. And I actually sell jeans all summer too. So it's, it doesn't come to a complete standstill. We still sell like 1 to 2 pair of jeans a day. But the summer slowdown really hits used clothing sellers more than it does any other type of seller. And for some reason, it doesn't hit plush. I mean, at least for me, I saw Robert's here. Robert, how's your plush in the summer? I sell more. I feel like more people are buying plushies in the summer, and we have a really, really big influx in August. Typically is when we sell just a ton of plush in August. So it is a thing. It is a real thing. And I know that most of my subscribers and most of you that support the channel and watch me have similar businesses. And that's why you watch me, because, you sell similar things as me, like jeans and clothing. So the title says 10 tips to avoid summer slowdown. That's a little bit of a, you can't avoid it altogether. So maybe I shouldn't have put the word avoid up there. It's clickbait. Sorry. You can't avoid it, but you can fight it. You can get around it. You can go against it. You can do things to alleviate it. There's just like a lot of things that you can do to fight back. Robert says he's mailing out 80 plushes tomorrow. That's awesome. We actually sold a lot of plush over the weekend, and for some reason, but it's been a couple of weeks. The Pikachu movie just came out, the Detective Pikachu movie with Ryan Reynolds. It's been out for what? Probably a month. I think it came out around my birthday. My birthday weekend was May 9th, Mother's Day weekend. So it's been out for a while, but for whatever reason, between last night and this morning, we sold, off top of my head, I want to say 4 Pokemon plush and a Pikachu DS case. I don't know why, but all of a sudden all of our Pokemon stuff's flying out the door. So, hey Holly, welcome in. Thank you. Meryl says, good point. I also think people don't place orders before they go on vacation. They don't want the items to arrive and sit on the porch. Yeah, absolutely true. We've actually had instances in the summer where people have ordered stuff from us and asked us not to mail it until XYZ date. And you guys can do that. I don't know if you know that. I'm going off topic, but it is a good tip for you guys. If anyone ever asks you to wait to mail something because they're going to be out of town, wait until they tell you to mail it out. The shipping ding will hit you. And then you can call eBay, and if they can look through your messages and see where the buyer requested you to hold it back and mail it late, they'll just remove the ding for you. Excuse me. So it won't affect your metrics. You just have to have a message proving, from the buyer that they asked you to do that. Hey, Bamboo Spine Gals here. Welcome in. Excuse me. Reseller King is right. Third and fourth quarter is where it's at, except I would add the caveat that second quarter is really good for used clothing. Like March and April are like probably 2 of the best months for used clothing resellers. But anyway, there are 10 tips I have today to help you guys out. These are probably things that you've already heard from others. Hey, Sydney, welcome in. I'm so excited to see you here. Yay, Sydney's here. You know what? I have to fix something real quick. All right, I had to fix something. Sydney, you've got a wrench. So you probably heard other resellers already telling you about this. I know that Casey, the Rockstar Flipper, he's really, really big on talking about the summer slowdown and giving you guys tips and tricks to get around it and try to keep your sales at least somewhat steady. yeah, the holidays are coming, school's coming. There are all kinds of things that people need their money for. Y'all with kids, you know that backpacks and shoes and clothes aren't cheap. And come August, we all got to buy those for our kids. And then the holidays. Okay, I keep getting off topic, but that's who I am. Sorry, guys. I like to talk, and I will talk. So these are probably things, Sydney, you're so funny, that you've already heard. But hopefully, as I go down this list, I actually do. You guys know that I plan everything out always on a piece of paper. I wrote this in the car on the way to dinner with Keith's family for Father's Day. But hopefully, somewhere in here, I'll have something that's new to you that you haven't heard yet, or remind you of something to help you guys out. So the number one thing that you can do to help yourself during summer slowdown is to diversify. That is the number one thing I think a lot of people need to do and don't do for whatever reason. People get into a comfort zone, people get into a niche, and they don't want to get out of it. But if you want to succeed at this business, even not in the summer, you really have to learn to diversify. You have to. Even Robert, the other plushie royalty in the house, does sell video games and other items. And you guys that watched my interview with Noelle, she loves hard goods and vintage items. But if she saw a Robert Graham shirt in the store, she would grab it. She knows not to pass up on something like that. So you do have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone. You have to be willing to learn at least a little bit about stuff outside of your niche. Just enough to know, let's say you hate selling clothing and you don't sell clothing. But if you walked by a vintage Tommy Hilfiger 80s jacket or a Robert Graham shirt or a pair of Miss Me jeans, hopefully you would know enough that even though I hate clothes, these are worth money, let me grab them. You know, and I don't know a lot about hard goods, but I know vintage things when I see them. I know a good deal when I see it. Those of you that were here Friday watched me unbox 2 boxes of miscellaneous Christmas items that we got for a steal from a yard sale, and I knew not to pass on that. So you just have to learn. You really have to learn to get out of your comfort zone. I tell you guys that all the time, but you need to get out of that comfort zone. Nobody ever grows or becomes more staying in a comfort zone. The only way you or your business is ever going to grow or get big or be better or make more money is if you're willing to learn about new things and get out of that comfort zone. I love that sales sound. I do too. I still love the cha-ching. 5 years from now, I'll probably still love the cha-ching. A cha-ching is the sound of success. It means you've done something right and you've made a sale and you've made a profit. I don't think that'll ever go away for me. Virginia, yeah, that's the thing about eBay, especially when you Slack. It takes a couple days. So if you're really slow and then you start busting your butt, 3-4 days down the road, you'll see the results. And if you're slacking, it usually takes about that long to hit you. That's one of the things I like about Poshmark. You see it almost right away. If your sales are slow, or if you know you've been slacking, and you go in one day and share your closet 4 times and list 10 things, you'll immediately see sales. But that's just the different platforms. Sydney says people get into a niche within a niche. So you have to think about an actual store. Right. Even an electronics store doesn't just sell TVs. They sell video games, movies on DVD. They used to sell CDs. I don't know if they do anymore. I'm really aging myself. But even an electronics store has a wide variety of items. Computers, laptops, phones. You go into TJ Maxx. It's a clothing store. But they have home goods. They have coffee mugs. In fact, one of my favorite Boba Fett Star Wars coffee mugs came from TJ Maxx, and it was up at the front, and they had it on display, and I wouldn't have bought it had I not seen it, but they had it right there as I was checking out. I grabbed it. And that's just smart marketing, to put diversified items in the store. Oh, pocket knives. Oh, that's so awesome. Holly knows a lot about pocket knives and stuff like that. Holly's really a smart girl, guys. if you ever need questions about anything like that, she is in the Facebook group, and I think you can tag her and ask her questions, and that'll be okay. So you need to diversify. So number one, if you are a used clothing reseller, you are the most important person who needs to be diversifying right now, because we are the most affected by the summer slowdown. So you need to be looking at other items. I'm actually going to be working this coming week on getting both of those boxes of Christmas in my store. I know it's June, but guess what? People do that Christmas in July. And every year, without fail, if I put a lot of Christmas stuff in, or I have a lot of Christmas stuff in around this time, it'll start to sell, because people are preparing for their Christmas in July parties, and people do things at their jobs, and they have parties at home, and people are buying the ugly Christmas sweaters and the decorations and the silly gifts and stuff. So I think I want to get all that stuff, or at least try my hardest to get most of it in this week, so it's there for the Christmas in July. So number 2 kind of goes with the diversifying, except instead of diversifying what you're buying and what you're flipping, you need to be diversifying where you're selling. So number 2 is to cross post. Cross post. I can't say it enough. The old adage about don't put all your eggs in one basket is so true. If you put all your items in one platform, you are only showing your items to those people that look at that platform. And, subsidiary to that, if something were to happen, I don't want it to happen to anybody, but let's say you got suspended, God forbid, or last week eBay was down. You guys remember when eBay had the outages? We sold one thing in 24 hours because the platform was down. We still had sales on Poshmark. We still had local sales going on. We still had things, in the background that a lot of you don't always see going on, and still making money. Affiliate links, YouTube, local sales, the phone stuff. All of that was still making us money, even though we only had the one sale on eBay. Now, had we had all our eggs in the one basket and we were only selling on eBay, we would have had one sale that day, and that would have been it. There would have been no money from any other streams coming in, and that's not a good thing. Anything can happen on any platform, out of your control, with your control, whatever, that can give you a day where you make $20 profit at the end of the day, and that's it. But if you are across multiple platforms, or you're doing different things to make money, then eBay can go down all at once, but you can still sell on Poshmark, Mercari, Bonanza, Amazon, the fulfilled by Amazon, the fulfilled by merchant, whichever one you want to do. If you have stuff listed on Craigslist and Facebook, if you're selling phones somewhere, if you do affiliate links, if you have a YouTube channel, just all these other places that you can get all these different streams of income coming in, it helps. It really does. I cannot stress that enough to you guys. I'm going to have to give you some tough love. If you're going to sit there and roll your eyes and say you don't have time, it's too much work, then this is not the business for you. Because reselling is not easy. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not something where you're going to quit your job, make one trip to the thrift store, and become a millionaire. You can't list 5 things on eBay once a week and expect to make a lot of money. You have to put the work in. You have to work. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme, and I try to preach that on this channel all the time, and I know that it's tough love, but you guys need to hear it. You have to work. So if you are going to say that it is too much work to cross-post or diversify or any of that, then this is not the business for you. You might as well go back to working for the man, because it's just not for, if you can't self-motivate and you don't have the time in your day to make yourself successful, if you don't have the time up front for the first couple of years to work really, 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 really hard to build your empire so that later you can live that expensive, nice lifestyle, then this isn't for you. And I have to tell you that because I just feel like there's too many new sellers that come into this and only see the glamour side of it and don't realize how much work it is. It's work. It's work. It's a lot of work. Is it fun? Yeah. Do you have freedom? Yes. You are your own boss. You make your own hours. You can work a third shift if you want. If you're a night owl, you could put all your work in overnight while the rest of the world sleeps, but you still have to work. It's a very fun job. It's very fulfilling. You have a lot of freedom. You can arrange your work around your life rather than the other way around. When you punch a time clock, you have to arrange your life around where, your job, what time they want you there and where they want you to be. We get to arrange our work around our life. And a good example of that is today. We got up early this morning and we went to the first showing of Dark Phoenix at the theater. It's like 10 in the morning, so we got up pretty early. We went to the first showing of Dark Phoenix with my son. We watched a movie. After that, we went to the Goodwills and went sourcing. Then we came home and we relaxed for a little bit. Keith and the boy played WoW together for a little bit. I shared the Posh Closet. Then we went back out and had dinner with Keith's family and enjoyed ourselves for like 2 hours with his family. And then we came home and pulled the items for shipping, and now I'm doing my live show. So I kind of like put chunks of life and work back to back together today. And when you have a 9 to 5, you can't do that. But you still have to be willing to put in the work. So that said, make sure that you don't have all your eggs in one basket, people. Let me look up here. I'm going to catch up on the chat real quick. Hobby Lobby is full-blown Christmas right now. Yeah, Christmas is a big thing in the middle of the summer for whatever reason. I don't understand it because to me it's Halloween year-round and I'm not a big Christmas person, but that's another good example. If you can get over yourself and learn about the rest of the world and what other people like, you can start selling things that maybe you wouldn't normally look at or like for yourself, but it really doesn't matter because other people like it. So you're making money. It goes back to what I was talking about the other day when I said I would sell a Trump tie right next to a Hillary Clinton book, right next to a Bible, next to a deck of tarot cards. Because those are all 4 different types of people that like different things that may or may not be things I like, but they make money and I know that people will buy them. So it's just good you really just got to get over yourself. You got to get out of your comfort zones. You've got to learn to look for different things. Keep your finger on the pulse of the world. What are people doing right now? What do people like right now? Know what movies are out there. Know what's going on in the world. If you're getting into plush, I know a lot of my viewers are getting into plush because that's why you watch me. If you're getting into plush, you really need to keep your finger on that pulse of the pop culture kid world. You need to know what's popular on Nickelodeon and Disney Junior. You need to know what movies are coming out so that you're preparing yourself to get plush that's going to be popular in the next coming couple of months. Get it in your store. So I'm going to quickly continue to look through the chat real quick. Best Posh video for beginners. You can look through my playlist of Back to Basics and see if I have anything in there. If not, go over to Sydney's channel. She's got a lot of great videos on Poshmark. I would just say go through her videos and whatever titles catch your eye, like that you think you'd learn something from, watch those. But I think I have some in my Back to Basics as well. So Kim, I'm really confused about mugs on Poshmark as well. And I put them in. I mean, they said no glass, but someone in the group and our Facebook group, I can speak English, guys. Somebody in the Flippin Hippos Facebook group did write to Posh and asked them to clarify the glass rule because they said you can sell candle holders but not glass. And the response they got from an actual Posh rep, they screenshotted and put in the group, and it said glass candles and glass mugs would be acceptable. The mugs would fall under being tableware decor. But it's I think it's still convoluted and kind of arbitrary. So I don't know. I put 5 in. That's all I put in. I put really cute collector decor-y ones in. That Betty Boop one, if you guys remember that, that's in there. And I have 3 Starbucks mugs, the city mugs. 2 are new in box, unopened. So I figured, and then I had a Garfield vintage one that I put. So I just put like the cutest, most decorative, popular ones in there, and hopefully it flies. Hopefully it flies. eBay's a demanding mistress. Absolutely. Paul, hey, welcome in, Paul. Thank you so much for showing up and joining us tonight. Yeah, cross-listing is very vital. No, Holly, you got to work for a long time to get an I-8. 2 days. Hey, Swamp Picker, welcome in. Thanks for joining us tonight. Okay, so this is really good. I'm going to read Holly's comment because she's absolutely right. Even if you're insanely busy, you can find small chunks of time to work if you're willing. Holly is a single. She's single. Holly is a single mother, and her son's now 18, but she raised him by herself while building a business. And she also, I'm going to give her mad props here, Holly also cultivates a garden and grows a lot of the food that she eats. And she home makes yogurt roll-ups and beef jerky and jars and cans, things. I mean, Holly is like amazing. And she still runs a business. So, you know, anyone can do it. I have to take breaks all the time. I'm always in pain and I'm disabled, and I can do it. You just have to want to do it. You have to want it. And you can't, no one is entitled to anything in this world. If you follow me on Instagram, I did put up a post like that last week. It said a comprehensive list. I'm just going to pull it up and show it to you because it's so important that you guys keep this in mind. So it says, here is a comprehensive list of everything you're entitled to and what the world owes you. And it is a blank piece of paper because there ain't nothing this world owes any of us. We have to build our own empires. We have to put the work in. So, Robert just bought hundreds of Christmas ornaments going to list. Man, Robert, you and I are like on the same wavelength all the time. The whole plush thing. We're twinsies. And then I just bought the 2 boxes of all that Christmas stuff that I'm going to be putting in the store. I swear we think alike. It's crazy. They did an Instagram story about this. Christmas. Holly, there's a list. If you search the group, there was a thread where they put screenshots of the list and a couple of responses from Posh representatives about stuff. Yeah, that's a good. That Sydney says you can list breakables as long as it falls under the guidelines, and they're going to be adding a kitchen category soon. But the message I read said if it's a decorative mug or something like that, it's tableware. So you can list it now. And that's why I picked out my Starbucks ones and just really cutie decorative ones. I wouldn't put plain ones in or, I'm having a total, what's that glassware that everyone goes crazy about? Even Keith knows what it's called. I'm brain farting it. But I wouldn't put that in. You guys know what I'm talking about. What is the plates and the cups and their glass, and people buy them and they go crazy for them. I think they have like one word written on most of them. It's like right on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, the kitchen category is good news because Ross Dunn, is that it? See, it came to me. Dunn Ross, maybe. Yeah, somewhere in the group, Holly, there was a whole thread where people were talking about it, and a couple of folks had written into Poshmark and asked them to clarify, and there were 2 screenshots from 2 different Posh representatives clarifying some things, and Ray Dunn, thank you, Sydney, it's Ray Dunn, and then Pyrex is also very popular. So can we list Starbucks mugs or not, Donna? It's arbitrary. It's arbitrary. So yes, because they're tableware and they're collectible. No, because they're glass and they're breakable. And there's no kitchen yet category. I put mine in because I saw a response where I said they are considered tableware. So I guess that's going to have to be your own decision. I put mine in. Mine are in. So that's all I can tell you. So let's get back to the list. So we talked about number 1 is diversify. Number 2 is cross post. Number 3, focus on the season. So yes, list all the things all the time. I tell you guys that all the time. I'm listing Christmas this week. If I see wool coats, leather coats, jeans that are really good brands that I like to flip in the middle of the summer, I'm still going to purchase them and I'm still going to list them. I don't hold anything back. I don't find a really good deal on 12 wool sweaters and hold them back. They all go in the store in the middle of the summer and they'll sell. If I find a really good deal on swimsuits, shorts, or anything like that in the middle of the winter, I get them and I put them in the store. If I find Halloween stuff in February and Valentine's Day stuff in August and it's a good deal and I know that they're worth money, I get them, they go in the store. I list all the things all the time. But you also want to focus more in on the season. So it's kind of like a balancing act. So what I try to do is when I'm sourcing, I hit up all the stuff that I know is in season right now. Absolutely. And I grab it all. Bread and butter, everything. So if I find 50 pairs of booty shorts for 99 cents each, I will spend the $50 to get all 50 pairs, right? But when I go over to the jeans and all the jeans are 99 cents, if it's not the right season for jeans, I'm more cherry picky. I grab the really good brands, the more expensive brands, the plus sizes, the really unique ones with prints or some kind of stripes or flowers on them or whatever. And then in the winter, it would be flip-flopped. I might glance through the shorts and grab the really, really good ones, but leave the rest. And then when I'm over in the jeans, grab them all. Bread and butter and everything so I can stock up. So it's just like you got to focus on what's on season. Grab as much of that as you can. That's worth money. Like, don't grab crap. Don't be grabbing just to grab and just to list, just to have volume. Obviously, if you want filler and bread and butter brands, those are going to be things you want to get for $1 or less. So you want to go to the Ben's or sale days. But I still, in the middle of the summer, I will still go through the jeans and the coats, long sleeve shirts, all of that. I'm just a little more cherry picky. Whereas in the winter, I would grab all the American Eagle, Gap, Old Navy, because those are really good bread and butters for me. In the summer, it's probably only going to be the plus size ones. So just, focus on what's in season. Keep looking at what's not in season because you don't want to pass up getting something that's going to be, worth a lot of money for you to get and put in the store. Because if you don't look in the jeans, that's going to be the one day that somehow Miss Me or Silver slipped through and is $2.50 or 99 cents. So just keep looking, but just be more cherry picky, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And then I always tell people to think ahead. So like next month is July, and a lot of people do the July and Christmas, or the Christmas in July. Sorry, they do the Christmas in July. And then I already know August is back to school. So I might be sourcing more kids' clothes than normal from now to the end of July because I know back to school is right around the corner in August. So I'm thinking ahead like that. I try to think a month or two out for holidays as well and source for that. Also, keywords in your titles, and I learned this from Holly. This is the best tip Holly ever gave me. Now that we're all forced to do good till canceled, none of us have the 30 days that end on their own or whatever. But if you know a holiday is coming up and you have stuff that could be considered for that holiday, double check it, end it, and relist it, or just edit it, but you can change the title. So let's say you had, I don't know, for instance, you had like a scrub top in your store that had ghosts and spiders on it, and for some reason you didn't put Halloween in your title, and it's now August, September. Make sure you put Halloween in your title. If you have rabbit plushies, as we get like 2 months away from Easter, you want to add Easter bunny or whatever to your title. Just kind of always think ahead a couple of holidays, a couple of months and events that are going to be coming up. Yeah, Tanya, we sold an ugly Christmas sweater a couple weekends ago. Sydney, who is the Posh boss and the Posh expert, I do go to Sydney. If I don't know something about Poshmark for myself, Sydney's the one I go to and ask. And when you guys ask me questions I don't know the answer to, she's the one I go to and ask. So, she's agreeing with me. So I would say that it would be okay as long as it's decorative. Don't put in your plain mugs, but, the Starbucks ones are pretty popular and decorative. And the Betty Boop one. If you guys want to go and look at my closet, it's public. Everyone has it. The mugs are right towards the top because I just put them in Saturday. I was scared a little, but I did it. Yeah, and Holly also adds gift or present. And another thing that you want to think of. I know that August is a ways away. August is a ways away. But if you have teenagery stuff, for instance, those of you that saw my poop pillows, remember my big poop pillows? I put dorm, teenager, things like that in the title because for kids that are just starting college and going away from home for the first time, anything like that that's like decor or bedding or anything, an 18, 19, 20-year-old is going to love that mom could buy for them. Put gift, teenager gift, dorm, stuff like that in your title too because people will be shopping for things to send their kids away to college with. Oh, Tanya, that's sweet. Yeah, actually, Sydney is really nice. I know her in real life. She's a very good friend of mine. And she knows her stuff when it comes to Poshmark. Absolutely. Okay, so number 4. Where are you sourcing? How are you avoiding the summer slowdown? Are you still going to the same old places that you went all winter and just buying clothes? You shouldn't be. One of the biggest ways to avoid the summer slowdown, like I said, is to diversify and get new items, different items. So you're going to have to diversify where you're sourcing as well. You're going to have to look outside of the box. You're going to have to look at different ways to get different kinds of items. Go to yard sales. Go to estate sales. Go to garage sales, community sales, church sales, flea markets. Look online. Look through Craigslist. Look through your local Facebook marketplace. Look for auctions. Look for storage units. Look for wholesale. And don't be afraid to arbitrage on eBay and Poshmark and see if other sellers are selling stuff cheaper than they should be. Buy them out and flip it. But these are all places that you can be getting inventory. Facebook ads, yes, absolutely, Reseller King, very good point. Facebook ads, you can be putting ads out asking for stuff. You can be putting ads out in your local area for Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. We buy video games, we buy phones, we buy electronics, we buy used clothing, or this is one of my favorites. If you have a truck or a way to do it, offer to go at the end of a yard sale for free and haul their junk away because they don't want to take it back inside. And if you act like you're coming to haul it away for free, you're not charging them a fee to come and take their stuff away, then they think you're doing them a favor and you can get all their leftover crap for free and go through it. You can donate what you don't want. It's kind of like getting a storage unit. You'll get a bunch of stuff and you'll have to go through it, and what's crap you'll have to donate, but you can keep what's worth reselling and flipping. But yeah, that's a good ad to put out. If you have a truck or friends or people that can help you or room in your car, well, truck I would say, you can always put out ads that you'll haul away people's leftovers after their yard sales. But you could put ads in the paper, what you're looking for, in addition to looking through the ads to see if there's anything you want to buy. You could say you buy lots of plush, shoes, whatever you guys are after. Put out the ads, but you should be looking through them daily. And like I said a couple of minutes ago, this job's not easy. It takes work. And unfortunately, y'all, in the summer, it takes a lot more work. literally, we have to work harder in the summer to make this work. And figuratively, because you've got to constantly have your brain turning. Where else can I post? Where else can I source? What else can I source? Are there other places? And you have to be constantly thinking outside of the box to think about where you can be getting different items and where you can be selling them. Number 5, y'all got to be active every day. Period. End of story. I don't care what your excuses are. I don't care what your life is like. You've got to be active every day. Like Holly said earlier, you have to find those chunks of time. Ohio Valley Bends, rained out in Ohio. It's been raining a lot here too in Pennsylvania. So we've been hitting up a lot of the church sales and stuff like that are indoors. Goodwill has gone bonkers, Cherry Picker says. Yeah, our Goodwill is pretty bonkers, but they have the 99-cent day, so we're kind of lucky there. And then throughout the week, they have one color that's half off. So this girl advertised 2 bags of clothes for free. Sydney says, when I go to the house, just her dad was there. He was selling the house and wanted it gone. So you left with a car full of free stuff. That's awesome. See, so you never know what you may wander into. One of the people that we bought phones from out here ran his own business, literally just picking up stuff from people that had been evicted. So that was what he did. That was him and his dad's business. They, when people get evicted and leave all their stuff behind, they get hired. They get paid to do this in addition, but they get hired to go in and take out all the crap. And then they keep all the best stuff and resell it. And that's how we get some of our phones from this guy, because they just leave, we all have like that drawer full of old phones or whatever. So that was a good source for us now. But that's what they do. So, I mean, yeah, you can get referrals from realtors. You guys don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to go to Vistaprint and make yourself some business cards. You can design your own cards there. They're super, super cheap. If you Google codes for Vistaprint, you will always find codes to get like 20% off, 50% off. Once you make an order there, they will flood your mailbox consistently with 20% off, 50% off, buy something, get something free. So use Vistaprint because they're cheap to begin with, but there's always codes out there that you can use. And hand your business cards out. Be friendly. Talk to people. Make connections. Network. Because you never know who you're going to run into or who you're going to meet. I mean, for instance, the kid I was just talking about, now we have someone that will sell us phones that he finds. You guys know Dominic from Primetime Treasures. He has a guy that owns a comic book store that lets him go through and pick through his stuff and just get what he wants. He has to pay for it, but you know what I mean? And you, at any moment, and any day, when we're being friendly to someone or handing out a card, you could be stepping into that situation. You could be networking with someone who is the person, or they know someone that can get you something or connect you to something that's going to be so beneficial for you and your business. So absolutely, get business cards, network, talk to people, be friendly. Don't be afraid to tell people you're a reseller. Because a lot of people don't care, and they just want to sell their stuff, or they know how they can get you stuff. Hey, Landshark Picker, welcome in. Everybody's just kind of saying hi. Okay. Yeah, networking is so much better than not working. So number 5, active every single day. I don't care what your schedule is. You have time to work. If you want this to work, you will find the time to make it work. Period. Whether, it's working late at night when the kids are in bed, getting up early to list a little bit, working on the weekends, but you've got to find the time. Tanya, it would just depend. We have cards for Poshmark and eBay, like thank you cards, and they're both different. And then just our business cards has like our logo, the Hippo Hut, Life and Business Partners. It has like our social media on it. And we have a Google phone number that we give out. If you guys don't know what that is, you can go on, you can get like a real phone number that you connect to your phone, but no one ever gets your actual phone number, so we give that out. Email, just however you want them to connect with you, and your business name, your name if you want. So active every single day. I can't stress that enough. Like, I feel like I want to say it 1,005,383.2 times. You gotta work. If you're active every single day, you can get ahead of the slowdown. Because even though the slowdown is real and we're all going to see less sales, let's say all winter you sell 10 items a day. And the summer slowdown is going to put you down to 5. If you stay really, really active and you're active every single day, you can probably get that 5 up to a 7 or an 8, or at least maintain the 5 rather than going below the 5. So it's just so important. It's important even without the summer slowdown. You got to be active every day. eBay and Poshmark. And not Bonanza. And Mercari and Amazon. You just have to be active or stuff's not going to happen. Oh, sorry, guys. Number 6. Utilize those offers to watchers on eBay and the offers to likers on Poshmark. Those are tools. They're for us to use, and they are amazing. Absolutely utilize those tools. I have started doing the offers to watchers on eBay 3 times a day. I'm not kidding. Whenever I sit down to share my Posh Closet, which is 3 times a day, before I go to my Posh Closet to share that, I check in on eBay. I push the little button to see. It tells you how many are available to send them out. And I do it in the morning, the afternoon, and the evening every time I share my Posh Closet. And I'm getting 2 to 3 a day. So I'm sending out, 10, 5, and 3, or whatever they let me do. But it has increased our sales each day by 2 to 3. That's amazing. And then obviously on Poshmark, everybody knows if you do your offers to likers, you're going to get more sales because it's kind of an unspoken thing over there. People like it because they want an offer. Just make sure you're pricing your stuff high enough on Poshmark, like higher than you do on eBay, so that you can send those offers out. And you should be pricing high on eBay too. You should be pricing really high, best offer, and sending offers out. We've increased our sales by 2 to 3 a day. And include a message with it. Like on Poshmark, it's not so important. It's kind of that unspoken, they're waiting for their offers. But on eBay, it's relatively a new thing, and buyers are getting used to it. So I send a message that says, exclusive offer for watchers on this item with like an exclamation point. And if it's something with free shipping, I will also include the sentence, discounted price includes shipping. It makes them feel like they're exclusively part of something. They're getting a special offer just for them. They're important. They're special. You did this just for them. They love it. Of the 3 sales I get a day on the offers, 1 to 2 of those people will actually send me a message and say, thank you so much for lowering the price just for me. Or thank you so much for sending me that offer. Or thank you so much for discounting this item for me. Some form of that. They message me all the time with some form of thank you for doing this for me, discounting it for me. And then those are the ones that always give 5-star feedback that's like, amazing seller, because they feel special and they feel important. And that's what everybody in the world wants. They want to feel like they're part of something exclusive. They want to feel like you're giving them a deal that you're not giving anybody else. It's just for them. So include a message. It really helps. It makes people really happy. I get such good feedback from these people. I get messages from them right away thanking me. And and then they give good feedback. And sometimes they send messages as well. After they get the item, they'll leave their 5-star feedback with glowing review. And then they'll send a message and say, I just left you 5-star feedback. Thank you so much again. You're the best. So do your offers. Make sure you're doing them, but send a message with them too. Yeah, when you're doing listing every day, you will see sales every day. I would say over 500 listings is when you're going to really see daily sales all the time on eBay. Maybe like 1,000 even on eBay and 500 on Poshmark, but then you have to be sharing on everything too. Still arranging my office. Well, you got to have a good work environment. You have to be clutter free, or you have to have clutter if you're a person that needs clutter. Some people need clutter. But you need to have your workspace. Absolutely. Yeah, Tanya, that's a very good method to make the offer and share it again. Kind of reminds you to do that. Ohio Valley Ben says, I have listened to you raise my prices and they sell after sitting with no bites when lower. I think that goes back to something I say a lot, that people kind of associate value to your item based on the price. So there will be people who will look at items that are priced too low or very low and wonder what's wrong with it. Whereas the ones that have the higher price will hold more value to them. Hey, Grand Larceny, welcome in. How are you? I'm glad to see you. Bye, Robert. Catch you later. Have fun packaging your 80 plush. 50 plush. I forget if you said 50 or 80. But I'll see you later in the group. No, Grand Larceny, when you go in the back end on your seller hub, there's a button up top that says offers to watchers or offer to buyers, and it has a number there, and it tells you how many of your items are available to do the offers on, and they're different every time. There's certain criteria eBay's using to make them available to you to do that. If it's had offers sent out already, then no. It's how many new watchers you have on it, and I believe it has to be up for 24 or 48 hours. I can't remember which. It's 24 or 48 hours. It has to be up before you can send out offers. But you just click that little button, and then it only shows you the ones that you can do the offers on. And sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 12. One day I had 75. That was a crazy day. But it's always a different amount, and it's always different items. eBay kind of keeps track of that for you. So you just push that, and it'll show you what you can do. It'll be different each time. It'll always be different. I'm so cluttered. Yeah, you see what the hippos are sitting on. And I kind of got like 30 more plush today. I'll show you guys in a haul video coming up this week. I was supposed to be cherry picky, but I found 24 really good ones that were all 50 cents a piece, and then some other ones, and then some other ones. I swear, every time I say, I'm going to be cherry picky today, that's when you find all the really good stuff. And then whenever I say, okay, I really need a bunch of stuff because I'm out of my dead piles, I need a bunch of stuff to list, that's when I never find anything. So I think from now on, I'm going to go into the store and be like, I'm going to be cherry picky. Did he walk behind me? I didn't see him. Sydney says hi. Okay. We're almost at an hour. So let me get through 7, 8, 9, and 10 real quick. Number 7. Make sure you're doing promoted listings on eBay, even if it's only 1%. I do 1%. I don't recommend any higher than that. I don't see a difference. We've tried different experiments. We've done different things. We don't see a difference between 1% and higher. So, but if you're not doing promoted listings and everybody else is, you're not doing yourself a favor. If everybody else is doing the promoted listings and they're showing up higher in the searches and they're getting that second listing, which is basically what it does, is it gives you two identical listings of your item. You need to be doing it because everyone else is doing it. So even if you just do it at 1%, run your promoteds. We end ours once or twice a week and restart them. I think that really helps. If you look at our graph, the impressions of people looking at our promoted items go way up right after we restart them, and then they kind of like crash back down. So you want to make sure that you're, ending and starting them. Pick one day a week. We do it Friday mornings. So number 8, run sales. Absolutely. If you have a store on eBay, if you pay for a store subscription, you have tools available to you. Utilize them. You're paying to have these tools available to you, and these tools will help you make more sales. Absolutely go into your back end on eBay and set up some BOGOs, whether you want to do buy two, get one free, extra 15% off $25 or more purchase. Set something like that up, and then you want to do the markdown manager. That's the one where you see the strike through, the original price and then your sale price. You can set those up to run. You can set the dates and the times on them to start and end whenever you want. Make sure you're pricing high enough though. If you want to run, okay, first of all, let me say this. You should be running sales 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But they should be ending every 2 to 3 days. You should not have just one sale for 45 days or a month. The reason is because as it comes to the end, it creates a sense of urgency. They do put a timer in red, and then your item will say sale ends in 1 hour, 2 hours. And you want that. You want to create that sense of urgency. When people feel like the sale is going to end out on them and they're not going to be able to take advantage of it, they're more likely to buy. That is called creating a sense of urgency. So you want them to end every 2 to 3 days. And you want to make sure your prices are high enough. We mark everything way up, so we can run 20% off all week long, and then we do 25% on the weekends. We have them ending Wednesday nights, Friday nights, and Sunday nights, and then restarting right away, again, like a half an hour later, just boom, 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 around the clock. And then we have several different little buy one, get ones, depending on the price of the item and stuff like that. You can do sales on Poshmark. You guys have probably seen, you can't see it on the app, but on the desktop, if you go into somebody's closet, a lot of times across the top of their banner, you'll see this seller offers 15%, da-da-da-da. I'm sure you've seen that. So the way you do that is go in your app on the phone to My Seller Tools, and you're going to see My Seller Discount. It's really hard to show you guys stuff on the phone. And then under My Seller Discount, you're going to come to something like this. There you go. You can see it. You pick your percentage off of how many items or more, and that will show up on your banner on the desktop. So absolutely, if you're someone who already offers bundles with one of your signs, I think they're called signs. I've heard people call them different things, but I call them signs. Go into your Seller Tools, Seller Discount, and then set that up so on your banner it'll say this seller offers 20% off 2 or more items or whatever. There's a whole bunch of different options in there to choose what you want your sale to be, and then it shows right on your banner so when people are in your closet they can see it. So do that on Poshmark. Make some cards. That's what other people call them. Make some cards or some signs to stick in your Poshmark closet that encourage people to bundle. Tell them how much percentage they're going to get off. Give them a discount. Number 9, double up on your listings. Sorry. Again, hard work, you guys. Lots of hard work. If you list 5 items a day through the winter, you should be listing 10 a day through the summer. If you can't list 10 a day every day, try to hit 2, 3 days, 4 days a week. Try to hit every other day. If you list 10 items a day, typically, try to list 20. Pick one day, every other day. Whatever you can do, but try to double the amount of listings, because really you're going to double your activity. You double your inventory. You should technically be doubling your sales. The more you list, the more you sell. That's the bottom line. It works on Poshmark. It works on eBay. The more you list, the more you will sell. It works on any platform. That is just the way things are. Y'all ever seen that movie Babe with the mice? The way things are. Just the way it is. If you, I know some people who only have time to do 6 a day. So do 5 a day, and put one in drafts. Do another 5 the next day. Save them up in the drafts, and then on some days you can throw out 10, or on a day you're really busy, you'll have 5 in the drafts. So just try to think of, where can you get one more little chunk of time? Where can you find a little bit of extra time to do more listings, even if it's only a couple days a week and not every day. And then if you do have time to list 1 or 2 extra a day and just save them in your drafts, that's a good idea too. And number 10, make a plan and stick to it, period. Get a piece of paper, get a notebook, get a bullet journal, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Write down your days. On Fridays, write down end and restart promoted listings. Write down the days you need to set up your sales. Write down each day how many listings you're going to do, how many photographs you're going to do, which days are you going to source, which days are you going to do your bookkeeping, which days are you going to do your YouTube videos, your Instagram posts, your Facebook posts. Plan it all out. Make a plan and stick to it. Write down each day and write down your tasks for the week. If you're anything like me, you'll need a scratch paper on the side because you'll want to write down. Or you can even do it right in your bullet journal so that you have a page to go back to. Yeah, get a page in your bullet journal. These are all the things I need to do in a week. These are all the things I want to do in a week. Write your days out. Take all the things you need to do. Drive your kids to karate. Pick your kids up from summer camp. Take the dog to the groomer. All the things you need to do, life and business. I have to list 10 things, but I also have to take my dog to the groomer. Have a list of what you need to do. Put it across your 7 days. Take the things that you want to do. Put them across your 7 days. Figure a way to make it work. But make a plan and stick to it. And do that every week. Every week in your bullet journal. Plan your week out. Every night before you go to bed or every morning, first thing when you wake up, make a to-do list. Based on that, check your day, see what you need to do, see what you want to do, make your to-do list, and methodically work through it, most important to least, and do that every single day, do that every single week. It takes about 30 days to do something over and over again to make it a routine, to make it a habit. But if you get into the habit of doing this every single day, every single week, and you get used to going down that checklist and planning and sticking to your plan, you guys will be amazed at how much more you can get done, how much more time in the day there is than you thought you had. And if you hadn't done the challenge with us where you kept track of your time, try to do that too. Just be aware of where you're spending your time. And I will actually link that video. It'll pop up right here later on the replay. Just be aware of where you're spending your time. If you go on Facebook, see how long you spend there, because I'm guaranteeing you're probably wasting time somewhere. But yeah, be aware of where you're spending the time. Make your list, do your bullet journal. And that's it, guys. I'm going to quickly go over the 10 things. Diversify, cross-post, focus on what's in season, and be thinking ahead couple of months of events in the world, what seasons are coming up, what's going on in the world around you, what's popular right now, what movies are out, things like that. Think about where you're sourcing and source differently, source other places, diversify that as well. Be active every single day. Do your offers to your likers and your offers to your watchers every single day, multiple times a day. Number 7, do your promoted listings on eBay. 8, run sales. 9, double up on your postings and your listings. And 10, make a plan and stick to it and write it down. If it's in your head, it is not a plan. It is not a plan. It is not something that you will hold yourself accountable to. It is not something you will do until you write it down. Sydney says I heard the door screech. Promotional listings do help. Yep. And everyone's doing them. So if you're not, you're taking yourself out of the running almost. That's a good question. I've never tried to list while I had my store on vacation. We had it on vacation twice when we went to Vegas and then when we went to Florida, and we just kind of didn't do anything with it. I don't know if you can or not. That's a really good question. If anybody knows, feel free to answer. I do have a beginner's video on bullet journals, like how to get started. You can search the channel for bullet journal, and I think the thumbnail is me holding up my Doctor Who, the TARDIS bullet journal like this, like a big dork. It's not how I personally set it up, but it shows you the gist of how to set one up, like your index and your pages and stuff like that. So that should help. I should actually do like not live. I should actually do videos where I show you guys my actual setup. Chris, hey, welcome in. Thanks for coming. We are coming to the end here. Donatella, hey, hon, how are you? Thanks for popping in to say hi. So we are at an hour. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Hopefully something I've said tonight will help you continue to stay at least where you're at, if not grow and continue to sell more over the summer and get us all through this hump. If you think of any questions later, you guys are more than welcome to leave them in the comments. I do answer all questions. And if you're not in our Facebook group, join it. The link to join is in the description box down below. That is the best and fastest way to get a hold of me, is to post in there and tag me. I do check in on the group once every 2 hours or so, and I make sure that everything's running smoothly and I'm not tagged anywhere and questions are getting answered and stuff like that. So I do check in there every 2 hours or so. YouTube comments I only get around to like once every other day. And Instagram messages and emails I'm not that great at keeping up on. I do eventually get to them, but I'm so busy. I just tell people Facebook's the best way. It's the one place that I do check in on all the time. So join the group. Give this video a thumbs up before you leave if you would. It really helps the channel, guys. It helps the algorithms. It helps the video be seen. And this is a video I really want a lot of people to see, because I think it can help a lot of people if they have different ideas and different tips on how to keep active during the summer. So give us a thumbs up. Don't ever be sorry for spending time with your family, ever. Family is always number one. Family is always first. And I'm glad that you went for ice cream with your family. Sounds like a fun time. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, we're at Flippin' Hippos on all social media. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight and contributing and corresponding in the comments. I like interacting with you guys. I think live shows are probably my favorite videos, just because I get to interact and see you guys and talk to you. So thank you for hanging out with me tonight, whether you were here for a little bit, popped in at the end, the whole time. Whatever time you gave me, I appreciate it. You guys are the best. I have the best subscribers on all of YouTube, and you're never going to change my mind. You guys are the absolute best. Go be productive. Go make some money. Go spend some time with your family, too. Have a good night, guys. Love ya. See you later.